Now, most of you already know that before NEO started with the building their second factory, which is the one that is currently producing the NEO ET5, NEO came out and told us of what the factory will entail. And of course, we know that the plan with the NEO Park, or with the second factory when you're currently producing their ET5, is of course that factory to produce 1 million EVs annually. That is the plan for NEO Park, or for the second factory that NEO, or which NEO is currently producing their cars. But another thing that is expected to come out from that factory as per NEO was of course the production of batteries, as NEO told us that they plan to produce 100 gigawatts of battery from that factory, which is something that is incredible, and something that obviously makes a lot of the new investors to be really excited, because NEO has been telling us that one of the things that will really increase or grow their margins is when they are producing their own batteries, which is something that obviously as the new investors are really excited about, that because we know that once NEO start producing their own batteries, then it means that the margins or which they made on the NEO cars are going to be really high, which is good for profit wise. Now, that is one of the things that made a lot of investors to be excited about the development around NEO Park Phase 2. Now, yesterday we received wonderful news of saying that NEO has finally started with the factory that will be producing the NEO batteries in the second NEO factory called NEO Park. So that factory, which is currently producing the NEO ET5, we read that NEO has started with the section, or with the factory that will be producing the batteries. And ladies and gents, this makes us, or this makes me to be really excited, because on that article we read that those new batteries will go in production in 2024. So NEO plans to start producing their own batteries in 2024, which is something that is incredible. Now, you, for now, or by now, you should know that the main or the biggest supplier of the batteries which are used in NEO cars is CATL, or the company that goes by the name of CATL, which of course they are the ones that are producing most of NEO's batteries. But there are other companies that are again producing batteries that are used into NEO's cars, and there is a certain company also that will be producing the 150 kilowatts battery that NEO plans to start to sell sometimes in the second quarter, or between second and third quarter of this year. So I'm very excited about this, though. If you remember correctly, I said in the beginning when NEO told us about NEO Park, they said that on the battery side they are expecting it to produce 100 gigawatts of battery. Now this of course the first phase of the construction which just started, we read that this plant, or this factory which they are building, will have annual production of around 40 gigawatts. So yes, I know that initially we read about the 100 gigawatts, so I don't know if once NEO built these 40 gigawatts, if whether they are still going to build another factory that will, or extend the factory to build the 100 gigawatts, which they had told us when, or before they even started constructing NEO Park second factory, or NEO Park factory, which is the second factory that NEO's cars are being produced at. So I'm very excited nonetheless that NEO has started implementing, or they started with the construction of a factory which will have a total annual output of 40 gigawatts of battery. So I'm very excited about this, because with NEO building their own factory, it will definitely grow their margins. Their margins will grow a lot, which is something that obviously will of course make NEO to continue to reap the good profits, or continue to of course retain a lot of money from the sales they sell to consumers. Otherwise, before we forget, the house you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now I really appreciate if you can just hit that likes button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about the latest developments around the NEO battery factory, which they are currently, or which just began construction. So if you are enjoying this content, I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. Otherwise, if you have not subscribed to the channel, I'll also appreciate if you can just subscribe, and once you subscribe, you hit or press that notification bell, that at least to get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. NEO is one of the stocks that I discuss a lot on this channel, because I'm heavily invested into this stock, and because I believe its fundamentals, its future prospects are the ones that are going to make it flourish in the future or in the near future. Yes, the share price might be down or might be hammered, but I personally believe that once we can see production starting at most of these upcoming factories, I mean, we just read yesterday that NEO has started building the factory for their batteries that will produce 40 gigawatts. NEO is also planning to build a factory for their sub brand, namely Alps, which deliveries are expected to, of course, commence next year. So we already know that there's that. Then there's another factory for their second sub brand, which goes by the name of Firefly, which obviously we're still going to get to see NEO, of course, having to start with that, and we get, of course, that also out of the way. I think once we get all these factories up and running, definitely, or most definitely, I believe that NEO share price obviously will have to recover a lot, or that is when we'll see the NEO share price probably recovering, and probably, I don't know, passing that $100 mark, because production wise they will be producing not just only NEO cars, but they will be also other two sub brand cars which they will be producing. They will also be producing their own batteries, which obviously, that, like I said, will grow their margins and make them get some good revenues, which is something that is incredible. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, like I said, I would really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button, as NEO is the stock that I personally believe that share price wise, I'm not looking at that, but I'm just looking at the kind of a company NEO will become in the next few years. As you know, that all these which NEO is doing is preparing them so that they can be in that top 5 which the CEO talked about. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.